Hello Lego fans, welcome to Sunday Morning Builds. This week we are going to be looking at the Brickheadz pets and specifically set number 40545, which is 176 koi fish and 177 fry. Now this set comes with 203 pieces, and as I mentioned, part of the pets range, the Brickheadz pets range. So there's quite a few of these that are starting to come out now, and I think there's another one, poodle and puppy also I've got in my collection to build that were released in August. So this is what we will be doing. It will be a speed build as always, and if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Now, one thing I'll point out with all these fish varieties is the small one is always called fry. They haven't gone and provided any other variation in names. So in the previous one, which I have here, the small one is also called fry. Anyway, time to get on with the speed build, then come back and do a short review. 203 pieces. I'm thinking this will be a 15-minute to 20-minute build. However, there looks like there's a lot of dots. 1 by 1 dots in this, which may take up a little bit more time. We'll see. Hope you can join me when we return. Thank you for joining me post the speed build. Here we have set number 40545, 176 koi fish and 177 fry. And this is part of the Brickheadz pets range. And this is the finished product, and you might look at that and say, oh, something's missing, which is the eye here. It is missing, and that is because we had a missing piece in the set, which doesn't happen too often. But it was a white 1 by 1 stud here. You can see on the side here, there's a white 1 by 1 stud there. And then the eye on top on here didn't have it. So with all the leftover pieces that I had, there wasn't one white 1 by 1 stud. There was a clear, you may not be able to see that. There was a clear, but not a white. So actually have a missing piece, which is rare, but does happen, especially rare with the small pieces, because usually there's excessive number of small pieces, as you just saw. So I went into my own collection and I picked out a 1 by 1 stud, put the eye on it, and that will just sit in there. And now that is complete. So all good. No need to go back to Lego and say, hey, what's happened? Missing piece here. Not for a 1 by 1. All right, so that concludes the build of set number 40545, koi fish and fry. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Brickheadz pets, but this one in particular was quite difficult and time consuming. I would not suggest this one as your first entrance into building Brickheadz. It was very fiddly with all the 1 by 1 pieces and time consuming. I've actually missed a few pieces. I should have put that on, so I'll put that on there. And this one on here, that's better. Now that finishes off. And there are 2 pieces in particular in this build that were new to me. The first one being on fry, it's nearly a half piece. It's probably a 3/4 1 by 1 brick, this red piece here. It is not a full piece, so as you can see, it's probably a 3/4 piece. I'll see if I can take it off. That's it. All right, so they're the 2 joined. See how small that red piece is? And when you put it up against, I hadn't come across that before, so that was new to me, and I'm just not sure why that piece exists, but it does, and this is the first time I have come across that. So that was an interesting find. Yes, that goes on like that. Back. The other piece that was new to me, and you may be able to tell me what sets it comes from, because I don't think that they would do this specifically for a Brickhead Pets piece like this. And that's this nose. It's the fish. Oh, it's probably the fish mouth actually, not nose. This item here, I'm really not quite sure what you would use it for. Take that apart if I can. Here we go. Here, so if you're aware of what other sets that this piece has been used in, please let me know, because I would be interested to know where that's actually come from, because I think it's a repurposed piece, and there's nothing wrong with repurposing a piece to achieve an effect that you're after. So there we have it. Let that sit on there. So there we have it. Set 40545, koi fish number 176 and fry number 177. About a 23-minute build, very fiddly. As I mentioned, I wouldn't recommend this as your first build with Brickheadz. It can be a bit frustrating picking out all those pieces and then putting them on when you don't expect it to take that long. But all is good. So here are the two fish sets in the Brickheadz pet range. You can see that the bed, or the ocean floor, if you want to call it that way, call it like that, then they're slightly different. But essentially the builds are the same. So with that, we'll finish it up. Thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. And hopefully I'll be back very soon with another build. It will be the Brickheadz, I believe, and probably the poodle and the puppy is the next set to be done. So with that, I'll say goodbye.